A virtual gavel. Yeah. I'm going to use that as a live in a virtual world. I'll use a virtual gavel. We should get Mark. We'll be getting started in a minute. We just want to let everybody get in who's coming in. Gary? No gavel. That was a crowd. They were standing all around. That was cool. Pam, I checked my emails. And about 200, yeah. Now I check it every day. Fine. The one you recently sent out? Yes. Yes. Huh? Oh, yeah. I just talked Okay, we're going to get started. If I can have your attention, I don't have a gavel tonight, so I'm using my virtual gavel. We're going to get started here. This is the public budget hearing of the North Reading School Committee. Before we get into the budget hearing, we do have one regular order of business, which is our student report that we have every meeting from one of our student representatives. And this week we have Patrick Wicker who's going to give us the report. So Patrick, if you could make sure you speak up so everybody can hear you, that'd be great.
All right. There are a lot of things happening at the high school recently. First and foremost, the Masters Club is underway with the production of Into the Woods. We're going on the final stretch. This year for the musical, we're doing Into the Woods, as I've mentioned, and we've added some new shows and times that people can come watch it. The schedule for the performance is going to be March 27th, which is a Thursday night. It's going to be at 7 o'clock. The 28th, which is a Friday night, at 8 o'clock. Saturday night, which is at 8 o'clock. And we have a new Sunday matinee for anyone that wants to come, can't make it to the other nights. The prices for tickets are $12 for adults, $10 for senior citizens and students. And there is another discount, which you may find out about, for both the Sunday matinee and the Thursday night shows. And also, as part of an outreach program for the younger grades and the other schools in the town, the Masters Club has suggested that other schools come watch us and see it after the musical during the school day. And so next week we will be performing for the middle school on Monday and the bachelor school on Tuesday. Also, the SAD, which is Students Against Destructive Decisions, it's a club at Northern High School. They'll be hosting a volleyball night in which students can form teams and they go through a series of brackets and they face each other. And it's a fun night for everyone. It's a way to promote safe nights and get students away from other things that they shouldn't be doing. Alliance, the following night on Saturday, is having a dance marathon in which will simulate an actual dance marathon that they used to have in the 20s. It was a big thing. And it'll be from 2 to 9 o'clock, which is 7 hours. And people form teams and they have a 15-minute break every hour, so it should be interesting. Spring sports start the week of the 17th, and the tryouts are with them. Ultimate Frisbee is a new program at the high school, and we started March 24th. And there's a game, their first game is the 26th, I believe, and they should have a good season. As part of the junior class fundraiser, and with the suggestion of Mr. Bernard, we decided to host a hypnotist, which would come one Friday night, which is April 11th, and put on a show for the students of the high school. Class selections are starting for the students, and I know for tomorrow the juniors are going to select their classes for next year. There's a New York trip that was planned by Ms. Fisher, which is the chorus teacher up at the high school, and it's for any students who are in chorus, the theater classes, and piano. And as part of another outreach program, we offered it to middle school students as well. And also, there will be practice AP tests for AP Chem students, I believe AP Calculus students at Lakefield High School. I know the chemistry one's on April 12th. And for my personal assignment that I've done in school, I think the most significant thing that I've done thus far and recently is in history, and currently we're learning about World War II, and a major component of when learning about World War II is the Holocaust. And in many years I've learned about it in school, and it's something that's always very important to learn about. It's something that everyone should be aware of. But this year in particular, we decided to watch Schindler's List, and I have seen it in the past, but I know a lot of students have not seen it in my class, and I think part of the, we were originally going to see clips of the movie, but with the amount of students that haven't seen it, my history teacher has decided to go and show a majority of the movie and a lot more that he has. And I think it's very significant just to any student that wants. It's such a powerful movie, and so I think it's at our age level and our maturity level, I think it's necessary to see, and I really enjoy it.
Any questions for Patrick? How about from the administrator? No.
Nice job, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick. Great representation, as usual, of the student representatives. And you have to go home and get some homework then, but you're free to stay and listen to some of the budget discussion and ask questions and participate. It's good to get the student viewpoint on what we're talking about also. Get out So next we'll move into the budget hearing. And the way we're going to try to do this tonight, I know in the past, probably not in the past, probably all the time, we end up talking too much and not listening enough. So hopefully tonight we won't talk as much and we'll be able to listen a little more. Is that right?
Dr. Trump's not here.
So,
Dr. Trump is going to show pictures of his new grandson.
So we're going to have Dr. Troughton and Mr. Nelson, our business manager, kick off the discussion. We're going to involve all the administrators, and then we're going to involve the audience. And what we hope to come out of here tonight with is, I'm sure everybody's not going to be in 100% agreement when we walk out of here, but hopefully we'll have come from here to here in terms of what we want to do and how we're going to get to the budget that we feel we need for the school department for the next fiscal year. Dr. Trout? Yes.
Well, thank you, Mr. Webster, and thank you for everyone for coming out tonight to our annual budget hearing. You probably are seeing something that's quite different. We're not sitting here behind tables because we really want to hear what the community has to say in terms of the budget. We know a lot has been done in North Reading leading up to town meeting in preparation for very important budget questions, and I suspect that's why many individuals are here tonight. I've invited the principals and the directors, and I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce them right down the line. Carl Nelson is the school district's business manager. Seated beside him is Mr. Hodges, who is the principal of the middle school. Then Mr. Bernard is North Reading High School principal. Pamela Bodwin is director of curriculum and educational technology. Christine Danjo is the director of pupil personnel services, responsible for special education, nursing services, guidance, and health. Then we have Dr. Katsos, who is the principal of the Hood School. Mr. Lassise is the principal of the Little School, and Mr. Colleen is the principal of the Bachelor School. And I've asked them, the principals and the directors, to come tonight because I want to be sure that they have an opportunity to talk about the status quo budget that we're going to be reviewing tonight, as well as the recommended budget. The format, as Mr. Webster said, we would like to spend a brief amount of time sharing with the community what is behind the FY09 budget, what is driving the budget for next year, why do we find ourselves in the situation we're currently in. Then I'm going to talk about the status quo budget, which is basically the available funds budget. It's the budget that's built based on the amount of revenue that's anticipated at this point coming into the town of North Reading and available to schools. And then I'll talk about the school committee's recommended budget and some of the priorities that myself and the administrative team are recommending to the school committee. So I'm going to turn this over to Mr. Nelson, who's going, and then we'll end, by the way, with major part of tonight on questions and answers from the audience. And I have been asked, given our new table setup, that if you do have a question, it's really important that you use a microphone. If you're able to come to the microphone here, that would be fine.